We have a lot going on.
All right. I don't know what.
On our end, it's showing as if it's like a reel in vertical mode for some reason. I think maybe people do that. It must be a setting thing. It is showing it that way.
Yeah.
That is not, we are not doing this from a phone. We are doing this from our computer. So it must be in the original settings for it. Bear with us. We are trying to, is this on Instagram also?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new feature since the last time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm about to remove it.
Why? Do you think that that's making it do it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Instagram. Anybody that might be on here from Instagram.
Let's see.
It's forced us to be in a vertical mode, it appears. Wow, everything looks like it's set for a phone. See, I can see us here in our setting mode. Wow. You didn't see this when you scheduled?
No. Sorry about that, y'all.
Wait, we're going to scoot in.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to scoot back a little bit.
Yeah. I guess it's like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's out of frame.
It is.
It's like we're doing our cameras like that.
It's like it's on a reel, and this is our first, and it's been a while, to be fair. It's been a really long time since we've done a live, and we just reactivated our StreamYard so that we could do it on different platforms. He scheduled it, but a lot's changed. This is definitely showing our age, right?
Whatever.
He scheduled it.
It is what it is. All right, so let's get into these comments real quick. Oh man, it even goes up there at the top.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Oh, well, as soon as you click on it, yeah.
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 Let's see. We got Tampa Creek's Homestead. What's going on? We got CC's Texas Garden. How y'all out there in the flooding there? I saw your garden get flooded. J3, what's going on? Broke, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Broke. We are, we've been busting our butts all morning. I am so glad you can't smell us because we are both very sweaty. I just literally brought him a sweat rag because we were trying to like rush in here.
Yeah.
And because, Saturday comes and we both work and we think we can fit a lot of stuff in. He always thinks he can fit a lot in one day.
The CC said you have to sit on my lap.
I'm a pass. That's a hard pass.
I stink. Yeah, this is totally new. Man, I'm gonna have to check this out.
We're gonna have to work this little kink. Is it worth it though? Because you don't want to do lives anymore. Like we're doing a live because.
Well, I try to only do at least once every first Saturday of each month. That way, it falls on Naked Gardening Day, International Naked.
But we haven't been doing it.
Yeah, but it's just been me most of the time doing videos and stuff. So it's just too much on my plate to add something on there. So it is what it is. CC said, yeah, it's bad, but it will be dry soon. I'm praying for y'all out in the Houston area. I saw, okay, we got David. What's going on?
Oh, David Corey with Crop. Yeah, all right, I see.
I'm getting my seeds, should be getting my seeds in next week. So I got a nice video, good video for y'all. I'll be putting out next week. So we'll be ready for that.
Which video is that?
My watermelon entry. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I got this nice watermelon that I got from Mary's heirloom seeds. So
Where are you planting it?
I got a place. Don't worry about it.
It's not in my bed, is it?
Did I say it was?
No, I'm just checking. This is what happens when you got two people like out in the garden.
Yeah.
He just like in one of my beds that I created, he like literally Thursday, I messaged him that I had just weeded the entire bed, and because it's supposed to be a whole row of roselle, only 3 survived. So I was like, I weeded this whole thing, about to put seeds in. He was like, oh, I was just about.
I'm about to put some seeds, drop some seeds over there, because I'm like, she ain't taking care of that over there.
And I'm like, are you serious?
No, I'm Sydney. All this time, you don't even know me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start off with, I know we get a lot of these content creators in here, been gardening for quite some time now. And I just want to share some of my insight and maybe y'all can also share some insight of why people kind of fail and get frustrated with gardening in their first year. So in the comments down below, if y'all want to shoot out y'all tips to kind of help people that are going to their first year gardening this year. This should be a good year gardening. I think we're out the El Nino into the El Nina, whatever like that. I know last year was extremely hot already. This year we was already getting in the mid 90s for the month of May last year up to June, and I think we had 45, 50 days straight of triple digits and no rain. So my first tip to make sure that y'all do not fail as a first-time gardener is to keep your garden small. I would suggest doing no larger than a 4x4 area and just keep it small, because a lot of times people get overwhelmed when they just feel like they're doing too much and don't have enough time and stuff like that.
I'll interrupt and just say that the upside of doing that kind of thing is, first and foremost, grow what you want to eat. Figure out how you're going to preserve it. I am finding, even with knowing how to preserve a lot of things, I can a lot of things. I pressure can a lot of things, in between the garden and then the animals. I am doing a lot of preservation, and it's better to kind of master at least a few recipes in that kind of way before expanding, because you will get overwhelmed. There will be a bunch, especially if you do not have animals to just feed it to. We have animals, so it never goes to waste. So if you don't have animals, definitely do the small thing and master some recipes is my advice.
Brooke put on there, first year gardening is an experiment. Don't worry about harvesting. I would say the same. I
think the first 3 years.
I would even go on and add to it where don't worry about starting seeds, because that can be a little bit troublesome, because starting seeds, if you never gardened before or whatever, sometimes starting seeds can be a pain in the butt. I would get some simple starts from the big box stores. Some things I would not get starts on. I would just go ahead and try, especially if you're trying to grow lettuces and tomatoes and peppers and stuff, go ahead and get those starts. But things that I have trouble on is, but I still wouldn't get any starters on, is cabbage. Anything that you only harvest one time. So.
Oh, Cece had the same thing with me. We both ended up with only 3 roselles. That is crazy, because I had a ton. And the gentleman I got the seeds from, I'm trying to remember his name. We have him on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Just say a viewer.
Yeah, a viewer on Instagram, we got some seeds of the roselle, and those are the only ones. Like, because I ordered it from two different places, and his are the only ones that took off. But it's like as soon as I had them outdoors, I felt like, and I know people don't think roly polies like eat starts, but they do.
Yeah, we had a lot. Right now, a lot of them killing our strawberries, so we got to almost pick them early a little bit. But another tip. Oh, let's see. I forgot who. Tampa's Creek Homestead said, I'm still new, just waiting for a place of my own, but I've been taking notes. Yeah, if you're in a small space, I would say start in containers. Those are easy to move around. A lot of people we started in container garden from when we were out in the Dallas area.
Our first 3 years was containers.
Yes, we just grew in containers. I actually like containers because it can be easily moved. You can put it into the sun, out of the sun, out of water spots and things of that nature.
I used to love containers, and now I don't. Only because in Texas, it's a really big challenge to keep the roots moist, like give it the water that it needs. And the way that we do the no-till garden and the layering, I have noticed how much healthier our plants are. In our third year here, even our second year here of planting in that method and having just so much of the water contained in the soil has allowed our plants to be healthy enough to not have the pest pressure that we've had in the past.
Yeah. So this is what Tampa says. She said, I'm living with someone, and that's not really an option, but I'm patiently waiting. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like do what you can where you are. Like that is like the biggest thing, is just like doing what you can. Even when he was out in Georgia within our first couple years of gardening, he was doing it on the balcony also there.
Mm-hmm.
Just within the space that he could, because he couldn't be at home.
Yeah, so I mean, I always try to find a nice little spot to add some seeds in there and whatnot.
Sorry, I gotta mute my phone.
The next thing is, I would say, keep your garden close to where you can see it from your window. Even though we are on 6.5 acres, right now we can see our garden where we're at in this office / grow / lab /
we have a very crazy office. Everybody that ever comes to visit us is like, what? Because it's literally a grow room for plants, starts, eggs. We have an incubator in here. We have all of our seeds in here. It's a dream office, honestly. Like when I think about it, this really is a gardener's content creator, gardener's dream office.
Whatever. Hey, Miss Linda, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for listening in while you're gardening. Broke foot container garden is too expensive for broke people. Like, yeah, I mean,
you're not lying.
Yeah, whatever type of gardening that you're going to do, you're going to spend some type of money either on the front end or on the back end. When we moved our garden from downtown, from the Dallas area to here, we tarped out our garden area at first. Well, we cut it real low, tarped it, and just put our container beds. And that soil, just to fill those containers, cost a lot. Then we transitioned into in-ground bed, and we just basically use that soil from the containers into the row of the beds, and then constantly adding our compost with some other additional organic matter into these beds each year.
And I will say, like, in-ground is not expensive. I mean, we still have to bring in, like, every season, we still have to add layers. Like, we still have to add more cardboard, more soil. It's not as much as containers. And I feel like when we were doing containers, we were doing pretty good at recycling. When it was, time to like up pod after we harvested, we did recycle a lot of the soil. What we couldn't, break away in there, we would like throw into a compost, and the soil we would just add other nutrients like what was it? What did we add to it? It was like worm casting and the perlite.
It's hard to find.
Oh,
It's
that's
hard to
really,
find perlite.
yeah. Nowadays, it's like what? I feel like a whole century's passed.
Boo, naked necks, boo. Boo
No,
naked.
no, I love my naked necks.
So yes, so right now with the amount of birds that we're doing, we're taking that bedding that's high in nitrogen and carbon, we're putting in our compost, and I'm going to start trying to turn that every 3 days and whatnot. But that's going to help speed up and get us a nice, good old black gold right there. But hey, Rick, what's going on?
Oh, okay.
Pull a crank. Trying to lean in. This is hurting my hip.
Madam President, I'm so happy you graced us with your presence.
Thank you. Thank you. Brooke said I layer my in-ground beds with compost once a year and compost in place over the year. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about kind of doing into raising these into either raised beds, putting some boards across through there, and allow either the chickens or the ducks to go through there during the winter time to help aerate and put nutrients through there.
We're special. We got knighted.
Oh, so I guess I am Sir Sydney and Sir Tor.
Don't let that get to your head.
Oh,
no.
Too late.
No. Bye.
Australia is 4 a.m. Man, Rick, I appreciate you staying up waking up or staying up at 4 a.m.
I hope you got some coffee. Is it Saturday 4 a.m.?
Yeah. What is another tip for folks that are a first-time gardener, everybody? Another one is watering.
Catherine.
What happened?
Catherine just said bye.
So another reason why first-time gardeners fail is watering. Watering is different for everyone. So sometimes people could overwater, sometimes they underwater.
So recapping, the first one was overtasking themselves, right?
Yeah, start small.
Yeah, because somebody just entered. I want to make sure it's like start small, like at least get, perfect at least one thing. Don't overwhelm yourself. And so the second one is the watering. Watering is one of the biggest deals. I was an overwaterer. He was a underwaterer. So watering is a big deal. Like now it's a habit, especially with things that you have to hand water. Like I know for like a 10-gallon something or a 5-gallon something to count. Like I will count, and depending on the temperature, like how long that water, is going into it.
Yeah. Brooke had just said something. I forgot where it was at. Oh, listening to bad information. Yes, there's
a lot out there. People are capitalizing on just getting people to think they know something. And I'm one of those. Go ahead and try it. Because we have heard advice that we challenge stuff. That's kind of the thing we do.
Yeah, I like that. Because a lot of people say, oh, well, don't do that because of this, but I've never seen any real results on it. And a lot of people say you want to weed your garden because you don't want the grass robbing the nutrients of your plants and stuff. But we had plenty volunteer plants last year out in the middle of the field. We're thriving. So I'm like,
now I like to weed. Instead of choke people. It's therapy for me.
Yeah, it does make your bed look nice. And
I do a lot of weeding.
Yeah, and most of our in-ground beds that we have, we don't even mulch, but we should be mulching, but we just haven't. But that mulching will help retain that water so you don't have to water as much, especially here in Hot Tail, Texas and stuff.
Yeah, that is the thing that has been, I guess, a godsend for us in changing over to the no-till because we are in a very hot area. And we have a lot of clay soil. So our layering is on top of a lot of clay soil, and that's been part of our success in the heat here. Aside from putting shade cloth, 60% shade cloth up. I think we do that in June, right?
Yeah.
Towards the end of June, we put that up through September.
Yeah, about the beginning of September, we kind of the first week or two in September, we kind of take the shade cloth down and stuff because it just gets way too hot, way too hot. I mean, you step outside over here and
it takes your breath away. Like you have to prepare. Us, the only thing that allows us to be out there really is like the Redmond, and we are affiliated with Redmond. But they have really great relight. We like to get the big container of the relight, and I make a huge gallon thing water with that relight, and we'll come in and just like down some relight water with the minerals in there. And there's something about that has been magical for us, and has allowed us to and go. We've been able to work in some really hot heat here.
CC put on there, people get upset with all the pests and give up.
It's true.
I would say with the pests, you have two options, whether you could use chemical based or just grow more food for you and the pests and whatnot. But the pest is still going to come. We still get kind of a pest, but our pest pressure is very low. And I feel like that's because of the soil. We mostly have right now, it's the locusts. We had a bad locust and grasshopper infection.
Okay, the big words.
Infestation. We had a big pest problem. And
so cute.
Yeah. And so, but we grew a lot. I mean, we got 3 rows of tomatoes, 3 rows of peppers, and I don't know how many cukes this year.
And he surprised me. He just we had a box come from Haas Tools, and it was a box full of red snapper tomatoes. Yeah. Starts, like not even seeds. Like I about flipped out. And for really, really hot areas, determinate tomatoes we have learned works
best for us.
Way better for us. And the snapper tomato, our friend Farmer Froberg, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's awesome. But he's the one that introduced us to the snapper tomatoes.
Yeah. Miss Linda said, know what plants you are growing. Yes, know your plants. When we first started, we were growing cilantro around this time of year because we thought, all right, you got salsa, cilantro has to, especially in Mexico, you have to love the hot. We didn't pay attention to the back of the seeds. So pay attention to the back of your seeds, know when to grow them, how deep to grow them, and when to water them, how space out.
I still do that about dill. Dill is another one that actually thrives better in the cooler weather, but I still put some out with my cucumbers because I want them to kind of return, like seed and return.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to continue doing it in those areas.
And then once the dill grows and you start to go to flower, I mean, it still is a great beneficial plant for butterflies because they love eating on that, especially black swallowtail. Parsley. I was telling Broke on one of his videos, he grew parsley and something else that he grew. He's like, I don't even like this, but I don't know why I grew. I just grew it because I just wanted to grow it. But they're good beneficial plants. A lot of herbs are good beneficial host plants and things for the beneficial bugs to eat and whatnot. Catherine said new gardeners should start inside the home and with new seeds if they know they can't keep outside soil moist during the germ. Yes, there's a lot of ways you can.
And I like butt heads because I want to sow. I just want to direct sow a lot of stuff.
You and Broke, y'all like the direct sow.
Me too, Broke. I feel like they're stronger, healthier plants.
It messes up with my OCD.
He's OCD. He wants it in a really very specific spot, and I'm just like, okay, well, go ahead and do your inside stuff. Let me go ahead and direct sow. Let's compete here. And if something doesn't grow there, then go ahead and transplant. That would be a great compromise. Compromise.
Oh, darn it. Learn about your fruit trees. I have a horrible thumb with fruit trees. I actually no, I take that back. They're coming back alive.
Sage the cat is buried underneath that peach tree out there, and it is thriving.
Yeah, it is. But even though the sheep and
The
the
sheep
bird,
got mess with it a little bit,
yeah.
but it's going really good.
Yeah, but Broke is the man with fruit trees. Him, Miss Linda.
I wish that he would just like go ahead and just put some in the ground. There's an area we recently did a video about after our 3 years what we've learned. And there's an area where we're gonna build our farm store, which is off of a main road, that I want to have some fruit trees just directly like planted in, and let's just get it going, because we know it takes a while before they start to like really fruit nicely.
Kalina, hope I said that name right. We are in Northeast Texas. They say we're in zone 8A. We just say zone 8. We get hot. Our first frost. Our first frost is normally around Thanksgiving, and our last frost is normally around April 17th. But it is. Rick said mulching the aisles is good with wood chips, but the beds can take up a lot of the night. Well, we've been doing that for this is our 3rd year doing with our beds, wood chips, and well, not wait, let me see. Are you saying the walkways? Okay, but in the beds. So yeah, we don't mix up our wood chips in our beds. We just lay it on top and just allow them to break down slowly. But if you do mix it up, I've heard that it does take up nitrogen. I wanted to actually do a experiment on that if it's truly that's the case. They said those hops tomato leaves are like leather. Yeah, we had, I don't know if they were locusts or grasshoppers, but they was tearing up our. We're trying to watch these birds, looking at our new seedlings and stuff in our garden on our arch trellis. They were pecking holes at our peppers and in our tomatoes last year. They were just horrible. Catherine said the most disappointing thing is not having your plants reach maturity. Study what climate like before you transplant. And also, a lot of these plants, especially we're going to get into what plants, but a lot of these plants like their soil to be at least 55 degrees. Now, the last 2 weeks, our low's been way above 55 degrees. So we are definitely going to be transplanting a lot more of our stuff into our ground so they don't get, now they shouldn't be stunted or have any transplant shot. Yes, love me some Froberg, plan on visiting. Oh, okay.
Good. Oh, yeah. They have a great strawberry farm, Christmas tree farm. He's getting into some other things, like with the pigs. He recently did this funny little pig gun, yeah, he's funny. Yeah. Sid's been on some of his reels.
Yeah. Now, companion planting, yes, we're doing a lot of companion planting and interplanting this year. We're just trying out some new things, mixing with, we did a lot of onions through our beds to try to hopefully deter the locusts and grasshoppers.
I have been saying or giving that credit to the pest pressure thing too, aside from us having the in-ground and really, really good soil, the companion planting, it seemed like, I don't know if it was just our soil was really good at that point, but it seems like at the same time the companion planting took place, like that really did kind of take us to another level with the pest pressure like being reduced. It seems like that's what I noticed.
Is compost necessary if I plan to fertilize? Compost is not really a fertilizer. It's more of an amendment. Now you can use compost to make a compost tea as a soil drencher. Well, we normally use it as a soil drencher or a foliage spray, but we also do worm.
I would rather do worm tea.
We also now do rabbit poop tea. So, I mean, you can use that as a fertilizer as whatnot. Because a lot of compost is very low on the NPK, but it has a lot of trace and organic matter to help build your soil quality, help retain that moisture and whatnot. That's what we use it for. Do y'all have any figs? Yes, we had.
He doesn't like them. I'm the one
I
likes them.
I like figs, but I'm not like, oh my God, a fig.
I'm happy for this because I get to snack on something.
Yeah, so I got her a fig. I want to get
LSU.
I got her LSU.
And then recently the brown turkey. The New Orleans gardener, 2 brown turkey.
Yeah, she just did some air laying of the hot dog method of some turkey, some type of figs. I forgot what brand it was.
Yeah, go check her channel out for that. I have not tested that yet. But I love figs. I love to just like snack on them right off the tree.
Yeah, so she don't know this yet till now. I'm trying to get her a Chicago fig because those are supposed to be very cold hardy from 4 to 8. And our one fig is just now waking up from the whole frost that we had back in the winter.
You look so much cuter right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet. David said he got 8 himself. Getting another. Which one are you getting this week? And what figs do you all have? Onions, garlic. Miss Linda said onions, garlics, and leeks is the best for me. I forgot leeks and shallots.
Good thing I still got some preserved.
That's what I forgot.
I don't care about the shallots as much, honestly.
I love shallots now.
And I don't know about y'all, but the past 2 years, like our onions and our garlic, like I've really taken a liking to preserving them in different ways. I don't preserve things in just one kind of way. I like to freeze some stuff. I like to dehydrate, grind, and have it available in powder form. And I use that in a lot of my cooking.
Catherine said, "Bro, think he doesn't believe in companion plant, but he does because he be planting onions in his beds. He plants just about
like
everything.
If you put onions in your bed, bro, you're companion planting, bro.
Whether you believe it or not.
You companion planting.
Yes. So this year, CC said, plant lots of flower. Doesn't matter how good you grow if you don't have the pollinators.
We noticed a huge difference when we started like having flowers all over.
Yeah, so that's another reason why we did a lot more flowers this year.
Hopefully next year, because I'm going to prep it this winter, or probably towards the end of the season. I have an area that I want to have like a flower, just a whole flower farm area.
All right, Miss Linda, take care.
I'm so glad you stopped in.
So David said he got a Cadota, brown turkey, black mission, holly, Celeste. Celeste is very popular. LSU.
LSU is what I have, and I love it.
Strawberry and a Marcel. I heard about the Marcel, if I'm saying that correctly. And you're getting the Salah. Ooh, bless you. Brooke said he got an LSU. Brooke got probably all the figs in the world. All the figs, all the citrus, all the...
Are you making fun?
All the pit fruit, all the hog mogs. I want some of those fruit trees too, Brooke. I like pig feet. Hey, bro, you got a whole nursery back there.
How much property are you?
He's on one acre.
Oh wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with you having all that.
Got all those fruit trees and can't win the watermelon wars.
Well, they do require, they're heavy feeders.
We're gonna keep that watermelon champ belt in the state of Texas. Oh man! All right. So what else? Anything else y'all could think of? I pulled something. I can't sit.
You're
like
old
this.
now.
I am.
He just got bifocals, y'all.
You don't have any proof.
I work with eyeballs. This is what I do professionally.
What else can we think of? So another thing about what I feel that why people fail in gardening in their first year is
I think being scared of bugs.
You think scared of bugs?
Yeah.
No, I think it's just
I love bugs.
they just don't pay enough attention to their plants. What do we got here? Salvia.
Well, I feel that people very quickly they come across like their first failure, and they're like, oh, I can't do it. And I really think that it's something that you have to dig your, like if you want to do it, you're gonna learn through failure. You have to embrace failure, and that to me, that would be a really big tip. Like if you really want to grow stuff, you have to embrace failure.
And here we go. So another thing is a lot of people, they try different things. When we first started, we were trying everything. We were throwing, see what would stick to the wall. We were doing eggplants.
Just for
we
fun.
were doing beans. Then we grew so much eggplant. We're like, we're not
Oh, we don't like eggplants around here.
So we learned not to grow eggplants anymore. We'll stay with the other nightshades of the okras, the tomatoes, and the peppers. And
I've gotten to a point where I'm very particular about what I actually really, really like. And I don't like anything else taking up the real estate of stuff I know I like.
Yeah, bro they don't research enough, and he studies his craft. Yes, and what you find out, what we might do might not work for y'all. What Broke might do might not work for y'all. What Miss Linda does, you just have to find your own technique. A lot of people's techniques will work. You just got to make sure it will work for you and your situation. Why y'all always saying the crown will stay in Texas? Well, because it doesn't leave. It's on house arrest. It's on state arrest. It's gonna stay in. Matter of fact, you know what? When I win this war, the last bottom three that didn't do the weigh, I'm gonna post this now. The last bottom three weighers that didn't even get in the top, whatever, I'm going to donate my seeds to them. All right, so that way they can get out, and hopefully they're in Texas, so we can keep it in Texas, and don't worry have to be about.
So you're only gonna give it to somebody in Texas, is what I just heard.
I'm just saying, if they want some of my next winning seeds, they would. I love watermelon. That's my craft. I got proof. Yeah, baby.
I love watermelon too.
I like the orange meat watermelon, but.
Yellow and orange, but orange is my favorite too. And I am growing a new one that I haven't grown before. Some of you have grown it. I'd like to know, but the orangello, I'm doing orangello this year. I forgot some of the other. I have to look at my list, but I went for the ones that I know I like.
Yeah. So my seeds they're gonna be. I shouldn't even have to weigh my seeds. I'm just gonna show you a picture of my seeds. Or the watermelon. I'm just going to show a picture of the watermelon. I'm going to allow the people to guess. The people who guess right will even get a package of my seeds. David said, we're not shipping watermelon seeds outside the Texas. Right? We're going to keep it in the third coast. All right. So I think that's all what keeps people from going into the next year. Let's talk about what seeds y'all should start right now, because we're
always starting something. This year we did a lot of the paper towel method for a lot of our seeds.
She said, I hope I'm saying, can I call you the Silvire or Fit never quit. I would say fit never quit. Okay. So she said, if the crown leave Texas, don't cry. It can go to another state. I'm sorry.
Okay, just earn it.
It's not going to leave. And if it does, we're going to ask for a recount.
Y'all talking mess. Oh, no, don't even start that.
Okay, so now that we've been getting some good weather, our soil has been nice and warm. I there's actually
We've had a lot of rain too.
Yeah, this time of year we become mud farmers because our pasture out there is just nothing but.
It's a workout every day.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I don't need a gym.
This week alone, I think we got about at least over 5 inches of rain. I know Cece, she probably got a pool worth of rain the way her garden was looking. But
oh, that is just sweat. We're not crying.
So the plants, one of the plants or types of plant that we're going to start really focusing on the next few days is putting more tomato plants. I just got some good plugs from Haas, some red snapper tomatoes. I'm going to even continue my fertilizer experiment. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record as the weeks go on. And then at the end of the season, I'll do my recap from that, because it seemed like every time I started, something happens and then I never get to do it. So a lot of peppers right now. We got a lot of our sweet peppers that we got from the local nursery. Very, very cheap. I'm about to actually do a video about that here.
And this is one of the first years. So earlier we were saying, start with starts at a thing. And then as you become a more seasoned gardener, you're going to start your own seeds. We're seasoned gardeners and we still have to get starts sometime.
Yeah, because our peppers didn't do too well. They might be just too old. Who knows?
But we don't get it at a big box store. We go to a local nursery. That's the trick with that.
Yeah, because right now our main focus is just grow very basic type of plants. Nothing real fancy, nothing.
Stuff that I'm preserving.
Yeah.
I'm literally I just did 7 quarts and 7 pints of salsa with tomatoes from last year.
Mm-hmm.
I just did, and I took all of the the peels. I took all of the tomato because they just slid right off, and I made powdered tomato, and it's a paste, 1 tablespoon of the skins, dehydrate it to 2 tablespoons of water. You have paste right there.
That's not a bad idea.
A tomato water. Ooh.
We might have to put something together for next year.
Now, is it indeterminate, determinate? I think that should be.
Well, I got an idea. What's called used to do one. Gary and Callie Kim used to do a tomato war type of ordeal. Have y'all tried snipping the tips of your peppers, pepper seeds? No, we haven't. I think they're just old seeds. We've had them for now almost 5-6 years. And each year that you have your seed, and we keep them in the good airtight containers, basically the photo box container that everybody probably use right now. They're just old, and we need to actually start saving our own seeds. That's what we should be doing. David, who from what?
Florida, Georgia, that little area.
Okay. J3, naked David, Cece, don't be ashamed. Be okay crying on the video. You know what? If I lose, I'll do this. If I lose to J3, broke, or fit never quit, I will personally send y'all a video of me crying, so y'all can put it in y'all video. How about that?
Let that be a motivating factor. I would love to see that.
That would be golden shout if it goes to whoa, what the heck did I click on? Oh man.
I understood that to be something different.
So with the peppers, screen recording 3, 2, 1. So with the peppers, we're doing just basic yellow, green, red, and we're also doing some hot peppers. We're doing a lot of hot peppers. We got some Korean.
Oh, you always
habanero.
Say, and the green Korean peppers. I always call them red Korean peppers.
And then we got the cayenne long.
Yeah, I love to make sauces
with
that stuff, especially those Korean peppers. That was the bomb sauce, the best sauce out of all the peppers was from that Korean one.
And the jalapenos, basic type of peppers. We're doing a lot of fermenting, making our own, a lot more hot sauces, more powders. We're doing a lot of preserving this year because we want to kind of decrease our grocery bill. Gardening isn't cheap, but you know it definitely is good to know where your foods come from.
Yeah, and I mean we're like this year, two of the things I was still like meat wise buying from the store, the lamb and ham and meat, you know, like sausage and stuff like that is coming off of our list.
The Kalina, she said, could you speak on pot size? So for new gardeners, I would do this. I'm gonna share, hopefully it will show up on my screen, on the screen here. There is a app that I started off with. It's a free app. Where is it? It's called Planter. Not sure if y'all can see that. It's called Planter. It's a free app. You make your size of beds and then you put what type of plants you want on there, and it will give you some insights of what to plant near it. Let's say, for instance, we're going to do a pepper plant or a tomato plant. Let's do a tomato plant. So it's going to tell you what size space, when to kind of, you put your area zone in there, your zone, growing zone in there, tell you sprout to harvest, germination, when to water, how much to water, frost, if it's frost tolerant, heat tolerant, things
It's
of
great
that.
to start with at least kind of like a starting guide like that until this stuff becomes habit and you just know it.
Yeah. But then after a while, you're going to learn that for a pepper plant, if you're growing it in a pot, you know, you want to at least 5 gallon pot. If you go to a 7 or 10 gallon, you could probably even put 2 to even probably squeeze 3 pepper plants. Tomato plants, I would probably only do 1 because they are heavy feeders and they have good roots. Some plants like grown in containers a lot better than others. You just have to kind of go what works for you.
And in hot places like this, when we were doing containers, what was very helpful was getting some of those clay spikes. And I would put a water bottle, or a wine bottle, actually, I would fill those up and I would put it in there, and that just, I would still do my watering, but it would help, you know, in those in-between moments before they just failed.
Yeah. Root crops, right now, if you haven't got them in, you could put some potatoes, sweet potatoes. I like sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are my favorite.
Yeah.
Over potatoes. I would rather have sweet potatoes.
They're kind of a root crop. Radishes, beets. I know you and Broke don't like beets.
They nasty. They taste like dirt.
I like pickled beets.
Dirt. He loves pickled dirt.
Yes, I do.
I'm the salt. Okay, I am the salt.
We actually did the video. So luckily we have a big pasture. So I'm going to give y'all insight. We took the video out there, out in the pasture, and I photoshopped myself out in the front yard.
I was like, that was funny.
Because I wasn't
going to do it.
It's too much of a busy girl. I can't do all of that. Beets are good for juicing. I'm not sure who else like beets. This is our first year doing turnips. I used to grow turnip greens for my dad because he was a big turnip green fan. And parsnips. We used to do a roasted root vegetables where we'll take some potatoes, celery, and different crops and just roast them in the oven, and it's so good.
So, Cece, I will say that initially I was saving those bottles and then I would ask for them from family, but you can actually order those through Amazon. I still have so many. I haven't had to order more than what I got from Amazon, but I did have to get more from Amazon.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than actually getting it with wine.
Yeah, but at least you drink the wine from it. See, my man David, he likes beets too.
Nasty.
If you do pepper in pots, you can try to overwinter them. Yes, I've had
We have tried.
Yeah.
We have seriously put effort in and tried. We have failed.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it failed. I mean,
I'm just not going to try anymore. I'm not. It takes up real estate. Like, I'm already gotten to the point where I'm like,
Yeah. Hey, Two Dove, what's going on?
Nice
See,
to
Two
see
Doves
you.
is the one I was talking about there. I might get the Chicago figs from.
Oh, they have the Chicago figs? I didn't know that.
They got a lot of figs.
Oh, cool. Yeah, figs. I love figs, so that'd be cool.
They have dark and clear ones on Amazon. Yeah, I would get the dark ones because if you get the clear ones, you're going to have to change out that water at least every 3 days because you will grow some algae. I've noticed, and with doing that,
it does help with the algae to have the darker.
Yeah,
but make sure you can tell the water level.
Don't nobody want dirty beets, man. Those beets is good.
It's dirt,
right?
They taste like dirt.
See, bro. You should do a video of you juicing and drinking one of those, man. I'm trying to get me a nice recipe.
Now, is this an experiment, bro? Because let me tell you, like, I am still like totally committed to the beet challenge, I call it. People swear by, oh, beets this, beets that, and I will try any different way one time. Thus far, it's all been dirt. Thus far, it has all been dirt. Yeah.
Anyway, greens, you could get away with a lot of greens. Now, for what I've learned was you can't just grow regular heirloom greens because they will bolt, especially in Texas right now. However, I know people are kind of against hybrids, but we are growing right now hybrid markets. What market gardeners are growing, and they take the heat. You still harvest them early. You could cut and come along. So there are from, where are the seeds from? Oh, here they go, right from Johnny's.
Johnny's seeds,
yeah. So Johnny's seeds, selected seeds, they're basically, if you're into market gardening, they are great for market gardening and regrowing, except for their myrrh. I didn't like their myrrh pelleted seeds. They've been a bad germination
I just like
rate.
that Cherokee and that green one.
Cherokee and that Salvanova.
Salvanova and Cherokee are my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm content. I'm happy with just those. I don't need to experiment anymore.
Yeah, so you could grow some of those. Spinach, mustard, they are okay with the heat. The hotter the temperature is, and when you harvest them, like the mustard greens and the what's the other one you like? That's very peppery.
What are you talking about?
For the greens.
Oh, the red. It's a mustard green.
Giant red mustard, but there's another one that is very peppery.
Arugula. He doesn't like arugula.
I like arugula.
It's like a seasoning. You just kind of like.
But you put like too much arugula in my salad sometimes.
Oh my God, I made you lunch.
Oh my God, you're trying to kill me with adding too many.
Maybe I got insurance.
Mm-hmm. See what I'm talking about? Swiss chard. I've noticed that now the only thing with Swiss chard is it's almost like cilantro. It's either you like it or you hate it.
Right, a 4-minute countdown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was looking at the.
Oh. Either you like it or you love it. But we grow it and we give it to our rabbits. So that's that. Melons. Now I fit with the melons. There's a scientific terms, and with the melons, I involved with the squash, the cukes, the watermelons, the winter squash, the summer squash. The winter squash are just a thicker shell. They store longer. Like I like spaghetti squash and the butternut squash. You like the trombone rapicante.
This year, I don't care for it as much. Like the last 2 years, I noticed that I'm like, it's spaghetti squash. I'll be happy with spaghetti squash. Like I'll be content with that. You have to we've been experimenting and doing a lot, and then you have to kind of like sit back. Especially now, we both are actually a lot busier now. With me also, working and traveling and being gone and stuff. So like I want to make sure that I am growing stuff that I know that I can store and use at a later date, because there's a lot of things. I make a lot of pickles. As soon as I take those off, I need to, start processing, getting them canned up and prepared for that. So I'm going to be mindful of my schedule with gardening this year.
Yes, that's one of the reasons I eat the beets is to help lower and regulate my blood sugar.
Yeah, he needs that.
Will the sugar kill the beets taste? Might as well eat the arugula and beet salad. Uh, I I don't know. With pickling, it takes the dirt, and then also there's certain beets that it actually takes, from what I've learned from Jess from Roots of Refuge, the beets has some type of chemical compound where it takes up some type of chemical compound out of the soil and through the air. That's what you're actually tasting. But to me, it doesn't bother me that much.
Dirt.
Sarah makes a dish called beets and sweets. It's really good. Oh, what does that?
I'll try it. The beet challenge. But if it tastes like dirt, I will not hide that.
Beets are like cilantro. Either you hate them.
That's true. It's like it's an enzyme. It's like this genetic thing. The same thing with cilantro that makes it taste like soap to some people. Beets, I have some kind of genetic thing that makes it taste like dirt.
Swiss chard. And see, I like a stir fried Swiss chard. I won't eat it raw. I can't eat it raw.
Ooh, candy roasted.
Yeah, right. She be trying to kill me. Candy roasted squash. Yes, that sounds good.
He be getting on my nerves.
Yeah, bro. It likes arugula. How do y'all combat the squash vine borers? So right now I'm trying to experiment. Normally I will grow them at the end of the year. I'll start growing them or starting them from seeds in June, because that's when the squash vine borers kind of die off, is around in June. So I'll start some seeds in June and transplant them out in August. And we're still hot. We're still 85 degrees by the middle of September.
They're popping through October.
Yeah.
And that's just, that works for me, doing stuff in different waves.
But you can also go to, depending on if you want hybrid seedlings or seeds or not, there are some hybrids, seeds and plants that are resistant to the squash vine borers, like the Rampicante Trambonzino.
Yeah, the Zucchino Rampicante is, for us, we're just going to grow a lot, and just some of it's just going to be sacrificial. That's just kind of been a thing.
Yeah. I guess Broke is going to do some squash to upright and the tomato trellis to get them off definitely get them off the ground. Oh, excuse me, y'all. We use beets with carrots and sweetened. Oh, what? Not healthy with the milk, but delicious. Spiced with vanilla.
I can see that. I would be willing to try that.
Okay. Cece says she normally plants early spring with the squash and avoid the vine borers. Yeah, we're going to do 2 planting. We got some going right now in the bed of some alliums, and I'm going to transplant some French marigolds in there to also kind of mask off the smell. Hopefully the French marigolds and the onion will kind of deter the vine borers.
They're also sacrificial.
Yeah. Another thing right now is I put into the ground is some bush beans and some pole beans. There's a bush variety for people that's in small spaces. So if you are have a apartment garden or want to grow in pots, you can do that with the bush variety. We're actually doing some vine. We did some rattlesnake pole beans we got from Jess when she was at her old place in Arkansas. Then I got some other type of beans, pole variety, and one more I forgot on the back end. And we're just going to try those out. This is the first time since we've been on this property, we're doing legumes into our garden beds. Anybody else planting any beans? David said he used BT spray for the.
In the early days, we did as well. So we're not utilizing BT spray. And what was that other one that you?
Neem oil.
Neem oil. And I'll tell you, like that for us in the beginning, we did have to utilize stuff like that. But as we have really focused on our soil and getting our soil really healthy, is where we noticed that we were able to back away from stuff like that.
Yeah. And for your first year, don't be ashamed if you have to use some type of chemicals and whatnot.
and organic soap and water.
Yeah, because you're just going to get frustrated if you try to do something organically and it doesn't work. You're going to get frustrated, but
just pivot.
Yeah.
Like take any failure as a pivot. Like, okay, let's try something else.
Yeah. Herbs. Do y'all say with the H or with
herbs?
Y'all say herbs or herbs. So put H for if y'all say herbs or herbs. I guess put the E.
It's like herbs, like urban herbs.
Veggie farming.
Silent H.
I planted bush beans in my garden towers. Okay. Put Xmas pose lima beans. Ooh, never heard of that one. It's time for the black eyes and purple hole. Man, I wish I had enough. Well, we do have enough plate, but I don't have the time to be planting purple hole peas. We normally get them fresh. They're cheap here. They get $2 for in a freezer bags here. So Rick said he says it with an H. Catherine says with an E. David says with an H. See, herb. I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
You think in your head that you say it with an H, but I hear with my ear that you do not.
Oh, okay. I guess so. I always hear Americans say earns. On paper towel method, do you just sprinkle onto the soil after germination? So with the paper towel method is sometimes you can either, depending on how thick the seeds are, soak the seeds if they're bigger than an okra or bigger. With the tomato, pepper, and stuff like that, you can just we do a spray bottle with a paper towel, put it into the Ziploc bags, do a little spritz, put your seeds in there, and just let them germinate. Then you got to be very careful with that because certain seeds germinate faster than others. Some require heat than others. But what that paper towel method does is allow that moisture to stay in, get full contact of the seeds. But you don't want to have it where that root starts to go through the paper towel, because then you have to pick around that root or just take part of that
paper towel.
Yeah.
It's just gonna break down.
Hopefully it will break down in the soil, but that's one way you can do that.
We have some lamb to deliver.
Yeah. So the herbs, did I say it right there? Herbs? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's how you say it.
Basil, we're way behind on basil. We have some, we just need to hurry up and transplant.
I have a ton that I haven't used in the freezer that I made.
We're actually going to do parsley and cilantro. We're going to allow the cilantro to go to seeds for cumin, or not for cumin, for what's the seeds of the
cilantro?
Yeah, we're going to save those seeds and whatnot. We got some more dill. You can grow fennel if you like fennel. It's a licorice type taste, but it is a good host plant for butterflies. Or oregano, sage, thyme, all of those are good herbs that you can plant as well. And also flowers. There's a lot of good flowers that you could do, from French marigolds, zinnias. We got some snapdragons. This is our first year doing snapdragons. Straw flowers is our first year doing straw flowers.
The king straw flower.
And
I saw that you can make like a jelly out of this.
Yeah. And I've been trying to look for artichokes, because the artichokes that we have, I think our seeds are
successful with artichokes so bad.
Yeah, I think our seeds are just way, way bad. That just sucks right now.
I love artichokes so much.
Provider, contender, dragon tongue. Our first year gardening, we did the dragon tongue.
We did good on our little arch trellises with this. Yeah.
Something fancy, green beans. Off topic, roof is another word. H is silent in Texas. Jay said green beans and dragon tongues are the only ones I'm growing. They taste so good to me. Yes, they are.
Burdock root. We've never grown that.
Well, because we got it all in our field right now.
Yeah, we have tons of burdock.
Yeah. But those are the things that we are. Oh, let me get back into the frame. Those are the things that we're going to be transplanting all for the month of May. Yes, we do have rosemary plant. Now that one, rosemary and lavender.
And yes, for lamb. I was constantly buying lamb because I was growing rosemary. Now we have it in the freezer.
We haven't had a very successful with rosemary and lavender because you have to do a cold
Stratification.
There we go. And
big words.
Anyway, so we haven't got that. I have some seeds right now in the refrigerator. They've been keeping in there for like 2 years now. I'm actually going to try something with those. I'm going to see.
David Corey, it's failing.
Yeah, our shampoo ginger hasn't sprouted up. I
want that so bad.
I got it off of Etsy, and they're in pots right now in the areas that we're going to be planting tomatoes. They just haven't.
It's our first year and we're failing. We're going to pivot and try again.
Yeah.
I want to succeed with those.
We grew artichokes last year and the frost just killed them off.
We've never been super successful with artichokes, but
we haven't harvested them.
Yeah, we haven't got to the point of harvest, but I want to get to a point where I have an entire row of just artichokes because I know how to cook them. Like, we like to eat them.
No, it's just something because of today's international.
Well, that's a great idea. Fans only. I'll use that as that thumbnail. Awesome. Stop.
Try Blacks Tropical. They have shampoo. Okay, I'm gonna have to hit them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah, we'll have to ask them.
Cool. Well, I appreciate everybody being on our new live. We're gonna try to do this again.
Are we getting back into the first Saturday?
Yeah, we're going to get back into the first Saturday of each month. Normally we do it at 7 p.m. If y'all feel like this is a good time, we'll keep it at this time. But I think maybe 5 o'clock will probably be better. But today,
before chores, like, because it's a long.
You mean after chores?
No, in Texas, like, it doesn't get dark until like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying, say we're going to do our lives maybe at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock on Saturdays.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, because then we'll still have time to go out and do the chores.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
It's hot. I want a break from the heat.
Just Country Girl, thank you for coming by. First time watcher, what area are you guys in? Great info. We are in Northeast Texas. We're in the Lamar County.
We're like 20 minutes from the Oklahoma border. Yeah.
They have
Northeast.
They have a lovely purple flower.
Yeah, they do. But I want to eat it before it gets to that point.
We had one and we was about to harvest, but I guess they were almost like okra because the next day it was already open. I was like, oh.
Dang it. I want to get to it before it flowers. They're delicious.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Larks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Rick. Thanks, David. Thanks, Cece. Always Texas. Everything Texas. That's what's up. Sorry, bro. First time catching live. This is our first time live in a long time. I think
it's not our first time doing a live, but in a long time.
Since June, maybe August of last year, I think it was. Because I was just.
And as content creators, just from a content creator standpoint, lives do not have the watch times that actual content does. So we don't like to do a whole lot of lives.
It's not just that. It's just we're busy. Lives. I mean, it's good to interact with our fans and stuff. But
that's why I want to get back to the once a month, because I do like to have interaction with people that watch our things.
Yes.
Star, how are you?
And we're actually starting up now that we're going to be going back into lives, we're going to have a little membership ordeal. And one of the things what I've just now thought about is I'll probably have to delete it and install it. But on one of the levels, the tiers, I want to do everything that we've harvested for the end of the year. We'll give out a almost like a care package for the people.
Yeah. I want to do something like, especially since I'm making a lot of seasonings and stuff like that.
No, sir. It's going to stay in Texas.
I'll record it happily.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out and spending some time with us. We appreciate it. Tiers, meaning levels. I appreciate everybody that came by and
I hope you guys
spend
had
some
a
time
great
with them.
Saturday.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to do. We got to drop off of some of our produce.
We got a
tours and
comedy
stuff.
show to go to.
We're going to do a little date night tonight, going to a comedy show. We want to support one of our comedian friends and stuff like that. So,
oh yes, CJ Star. If he's ever out, because he travels in different areas, our friend CJ Star. If you ever see him on any comedy list, you should go check him out.
thank you, Mary. You know, I'm trying to end this video, but every International Naked Gardening Day video or for a live, those get the most watched views, and normally lives you get like the first 2-3 days, and then after that you don't get really much feedback from them. But those every first Saturday of each year or first Saturday of May of each year, those get the most watched. Those are only continue going videos.
I'm like pervert.
But then you will see people like, oh man, they got close, and the view duration just drops off.
Mm-hmm. And those are the ones I know is pervert.
Please post video making. Well, she actually did a few seasons already, but we will be doing some.
I am getting way more into it
because I want to get some fermented pepper sauce. So, thank y'all for coming out. Until the next video, let's grow together.